Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a CB radio and antenna install on my 3rd gen Tacoma. So let's get into it. So here's everything that I just bought, brand new, packaged up. And I think I'm going to try to put the radio itself in this little slot. I don't have the charging port, whatever, that some of the other higher models do. So I think that'll be a perfect slot to put in there, because usually I just fill it up with junk anyway. So that's a good spot, or maybe on the sides, but we'll figure it out when we get there. So let's get some of this stuff opened up and unboxed, and we'll see what we're working with. So here's everything kind of opened up. You got the radio itself, and then this little end will plug into here, obviously. Then you get all your hardware and stuff, which is actually pretty nice. This was actually fairly cheap. When I was looking at road places and online, the CB radios were going for a couple $100. This one in particular is only 50 at Walmart. It has good reviews, so we'll see how long it lasts, but so far just the quality on everything seems really nice. So I think this is where I'm going to make its home, and you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments. If that looks like it fits all right. My main concern is it sticks out a little bit, and I want to be able to use my cup holder still. But I think for now, that's where we're going to plan. I guess I can always, I don't know. Actually, oh, look at that. Cup holder myth debunked. So I think that'll work just fine, because I don't really carry big drinks anyway, like the big foam cups. So yeah, I think that'll work good. So I think what I'm going to try to do is mount it to the top here, obviously. Oh, and then I'm going to take away my light. That's all right. So mount to the top there, and it comes with the mount itself. So this is what's going to sit there, and then that mounts into there. So I got this hole saw, this little mini hole saw. That's pretty much the same size as that. So I'm going to come around here and hopefully just do a nice inconspicuous hole saw in there. But we'll see how exact I get, because I really don't want the wires hanging down. But that's the only, well, the easiest access to get through there, because then I can just run it behind here and around for the wires. So we're going to try that, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that went through there perfectly. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my cordless ratchet with this Phillips end, and hopefully this is strong enough to drill this little bracket in. So that's what's next, and then we can run the power wires from the radio itself through that hole. Then we can leave those dangled, get it installed, and then we can do wiring separate. All right, all that is now mounted in. I think that looks pretty cool, you guys. I am going to throw some loom over that, just because I hate seeing wires laying around, you know, clean it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to get this bracket and screw it into one of these little blank things in here. I'm probably going to paint this black, though. I don't really like the chrome. Then this will be able to sit like this. And I think that looks like a pretty clean, simple look. So yeah, I'm gonna paint this really quick and then throw that in, and then we just have to wire it up and figure out a antenna mount, and we're good to go. Cool, well that works. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Alrighty, at this stage I got my carpet up, so I had to pull my floor mat and that trim piece, this other trim piece, and I'm gonna run the main antenna wire all the way down these channels, and I'll see if I can find somewhere in the end to pull it out. But I want it to look as clean as possible, so if I can slip this in with this main harness, I think it'll be a really clean install. So I'm just gonna take my time trying to run this really nice and make it look as legit as possible, because I think even like that looks clean factory. I know no one's gonna see it, but that's just stuff that kind of matters to me, because in my head I know that I did a good job. So I'm gonna take my time, like I said, with that. Push this carpet back under on my pedals. And it's kind of like nothing ever happened, almost. There we go. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now this I need to figure out after. I'm not sure how I'm going to power that yet, but I'm going to get this ran like I said, and come back with an update when I finish it. Alrighty, so I made these 2 extension cables because I knew this wasn't going to reach all the way to the battery. So I just used my black as ground, obviously, and I have my pods hooked up to my battery already that are red, so I went with this pink, so I would remember it's the CB. So went ahead, crimped that on so I can connect to the battery and a ground. Heat shrinked it. Like I said, I know no one's ever going to see this kind of stuff, but these are the little details that I like to see when I open up my hood and stuff, because I know it looks a little bit cleaner. I mean, I know it's still random wiring, but a little bit better than just something, you know, just in there. So those are gonna go in there, and then I'm gonna stuff them in this little port right here. That's where my pods came out of. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to stuff those in, then I can wire them together from the inside. Now the positive and negative wire to the CB itself are now all ran through here under the carpet, and you can see there are these 2 wires right here that kick out through the firewall right here, and then I'll be able to hook them up. So that worked out good. Then I'm going to go ahead and test those in a second and make sure it does turn on and everything's right. And then I'm going to have to come back here and take out the back seat and this plastic panel and everything, because I noticed there's actually a plug right behind the cab that'd be perfect to have this scoot out and then run it along the frame, and about right here. So I'm gonna put all this trim stuff back in and then wire that up, and we should be good on the CB aspect. And then the next thing we have to worry about is just that wire, then the antenna itself. Alrighty, that's all wired in now. So now we're done up here under the hood, and you can see we got power. So all that's left to do now is pull all these panels out so I can get to that plug back there. But first I need to move all this stuff. And if you guys want to see like a gear or like what I carry as gear in my truck, let me know. I'll do a video. As you can see, just from this little thing, there's a ton of stuff. So I mean, maybe some of it's unnecessary, but I like to keep as much as I can just in case. You never know. But in these situations it kind of sucks. Luckily I only have to do this one time. But yeah, gonna move this, then we'll get that wire through and we'll move on to how we're gonna mount the antenna itself. Okay, all the panels are out, and I don't know how I did this. So the hole is not where I thought it was. There's this teeny tiny baby hole, and I don't know how, but I was able to get it through that hole, run it down, and get it to go out here. It was a pain, but I did it. So now we just need to feed this through, and then yeah, go from there. But that was insane. I don't know how I did that. Alright, so we got the antenna wire all zip tied to the frame, and it's going to come across and come about here-ish. So I started making this, just drill the hole so the antenna can go through. Then just have it sit there somewhere. Then I think I'm going to chop it off about here, paint it up, mount it, and I think that'll be fine for the antenna itself. All right, there's our little bracket all painted up. And then this is gonna come up through there, and then we'll have our antenna. So let me go grab the antenna and we'll slap it in. Hey you guys, so it's a couple days later, but I just had the antenna itself tuned finally. So they had to hook up tuner up to like the radio and the antenna wire to kind of tune everything. I'm sure people that are really into CBs know that. But this is the final product. My bracket, the antenna itself, and then like I showed you guys for the install how I put the CB in here anyway. So I don't know if you guys got a good look at the box or not, but I actually bought another one to go ahead and put in Desiree's Jeep. But this is it. It's $40 at Walmart. And if you guys are looking for a radio, I'm sure you see that the competitors are $200–300. They're pretty pricey. But the reviews on this thing seem pretty good, so I was willing to try it. And worst comes to worst, I already have my antenna wired in and everything else, so all I have to do is swap out the radio itself. Worst comes to worst, but I think I should be okay. Like I said, the reviews on it are pretty solid. Maybe I'll do an update review in about 6 months or so. But as far as this video, I think that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy the radio so far. Me and my dad were having fun in the neighborhood, just driving around and talking to each other through it. So the audio is pretty clear. The radio itself works really nice. So far I like it. I'll give you guys a review, like I said, once I've broken it in and had some miles on it, and see how it does on the actual field with other people. But as for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you have anything to say or any questions about it. Well, yeah, thanks for watching, you guys.